Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Note Cosmetics Detox and Protect Foundation. I have been wearing this foundation for like over 2 weeks now. I have heard so much hype about this foundation, so I was dying to get my hands on it, and then I realised the Shaw's in the Crescent in Limerick had a Note Cosmetics stand, so I rushed over and I got this foundation. I've heard so many people talking about it, so I wanted to put it to the test. So as I said, I've been wearing it for 2 weeks now, so I have quite a lot of feelings about it. I feel like I've tested it with different primers, different setting powders, and I've tested it on different days when my skin was good, when my skin wasn't good, and stuff like that, so I have really put it through its paces. If you want to hear my thoughts on the foundation, then just keep watching. So to start off, the foundation is $13.95 depending on where you get it. I have the shade 01 Beige, and this is the lightest shade that I could find, and it's the lightest shade I've seen online and in store. And to be perfectly honest, this is just too dark for my skin. Like, I'm quite pale, as you can see, and I don't know if the camera is picking up, but even my face and my arm look quite different. And I do have 2 drops of the Catrice Lightening Drops already in this, so it is quite dark, I find. I will put up a swatch now in a second so you can see it against my arm here. Contain an SPF of 15, which is quite good. I really love when foundations contain SPF, just in case you forget to apply it yourself. I think it's really, really important to wear your SPF every single day, so the fact that it's built into your foundation is really, really good. So those are a few of the really good things about the foundation. So now on to a few things that I didn't like about the foundation. One, it didn't suit a lot of it didn't sit very well on my skin unless I used certain primers. So usually I wear kind of silicone based primers because I've got quite a bit of texture. I feel like silicone primers kind of smooth that out, but the foundation didn't sit properly on those types of primers, so I had to use this one from e.l.f. It's a hydrating one, and this is the only primer I found that makes the foundation sit nicely on my skin, which is fine, but it just goes to show like that for my type of skin, I have dehydrated skin, and I really did need a hydrating primer in order for the foundation to look nice. So do keep that in mind if you've got dehydrated skin like me. It is a high coverage foundation, but it's not a full coverage foundation. It doesn't claim to be a full coverage foundation, but just so you're aware, the coverage isn't like 100%. It's quite good. You can see the before and after pictures that I'll put up now in a few minutes, and you can see the coverage yourself, but for me it's not enough coverage to kind of cover all of my little acne scars. It's fine for like a day-to-day foundation, but it's not a foundation I would wear on a night out. And I also do find that it wears away very quickly, especially on my jawline and like around my chin, and actually around my nose. I feel like it transfers really, really easily, which is not a good thing in my eyes. So yeah, towards the end of the day, like, I would have all of this part of my face basically with no makeup on, which is not ideal. I feel like it also wears away very quickly. Like after 3 or 4 hours I need to top up, and I don't need to do that with a lot of foundations. So yeah, in my eyes it's not very long lasting, and you do need to kind of keep topping it up. So the foundation claims to be for all skin types. I personally don't think that that is very true. I have dehydrated skin, as I said before, and it doesn't really sit nicely in my skin without a really hydrating primer. So if you've got dehydrated skin like me, I wouldn't really recommend it unless you have a good primer. I have seen like a lot of people that do love it tend to have oily skin. Like anyone that I've seen raving about it, I know that they have oily skin, so I think that this might be really good for someone who has oily skin. But if you're dry or dehydrated, I would try your best to get like a tester or something like that, or borrow somebody's that you know has it, and just try it out before you actually go and spend the bones of €14 on it. One good thing though about it is I don't think that it oxidizes. I haven't noticed it oxidizing at all. I did see a few people saying it oxidized, but I haven't noticed it oxidized at all, which is great. So that is definitely a major plus. I hate when foundations oxidize. One thing I also noticed with this foundation is I didn't like the finish whenever I used a brush. I felt like you could definitely like see this like brush strokes in my skin, and it just didn't leave a nice finish whatsoever. I do like it with a beauty blender, and that's what I've been using it with, but just be aware that with a brush you do get a little bit more coverage, but I just didn't really like the finish of it. It was much nicer with the sponge. So that is it for my review on the Detox and Protect foundation from Note Cosmetics. I don't think I would ever repurchase this, but I'm very interested to try the different foundations from Note. It hasn't turned me off the brand. I feel like it's a grand foundation, but it's not something that I'd be excited to put on my face every day. So if you've tried this foundation, let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!